White 90 FM.
You can't miss.
What's buzzing?
Celebrity outfits.
Is that a hit or a miss?
Bust the out.
Jamaica's Got Talent.
Wait, a war man.
Hot takes.
Talk up the things.
Actual factual.
Life is short.
Boy Things After Dark.
Come get your mind blown.
And your curiosity explored.
Real fabrics, I go give you plenty healthy ways to switch up your meals. Fresh flavor that women need. A new recipe every day of the week. And look how good me feel.
The time by Rainforest Caribbean is...
It's 2 minutes after 7.
So long, yes, we can all come together, share each other's views, yes. Now ain't it good to know? Aren't you feeling excited? Yes.
Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know that it is after 7 and that the comment section has begun? Ain't that good to know?
Indeed it is.
What Barry said a while ago, a place where you can share no views. That sounds like a show I know. That sounds like a show I host. That sounds like a show you host. Mm-hmm. What is that show, Shaloy?
The comments section.
Yeah.
Here on Nationwide 90 FM.
That would have went way harder if I didn't already say it at the beginning, man.
Stop. Why are you like this?
It didn't hit me until now. But folks, I'm Mahiri.
And I'm Shaloy.
And you don't know how we stay already. You don't know how we start every episode. It's time for public opinion.
Now, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says members of the JCF will not wear body-worn cameras during high-risk operations involving armed criminals. He described the expectation for cameras in these tactical environments as, quote, a crazy idea and unrealistic, arguing that they are better suited for routine public interactions. And so in public opinion this evening, we're asking, Dr. Chang says body cameras aren't needed on high-risk operations. Do you agree?
Do we agree?
Do you agree?
Well, as always, how do we kick it off with? Facebook, of course. And when we go over to Facebook, what do we see?
Judith Thorpe says policemen and women have a lot to be carrying already. So anybody who thinks they need a body camera alibi, get it and wear it. So yes, I agree that it is not needed. All the police need to do is to make sure of their target.
Chris Cross says, agree.
Carlisle says, yes, 100%.
Janice Simpson says, tell the criminals to wear body-worn camera. Until they start wearing them, the men and women will not face them in any such danger.
David Sanderson says, lights flickering on the police while chasing criminals at fast speed. It's like a laser beam pointing to the heart area of the lawmen and women to aid the criminals in killing them.
George Elliott says, yes, put the cameras on the criminals so we can know what they're up to.
Demus says he's just trying to avoid this slam dunk cases. I'm going to ignore that one.
Well, Carlington Bartley says, the minister has earned my respect. I would never second guess him.
Robert Ranger says, yes. Oral Orville Allen says, yes, I do.
Romaine Ramsey says, I don't agree. It does not matter what operation they are on. The camera is needed. If we talk about development, upgrading, accountability, safety, and trust, then these cameras shouldn't be an issue.
Nikki Harvey says body cameras are needed on high-risk operations. If the operation is high-risk, why risk the individual officer's integrity? They should be allowed to wear masks on high-risk operations, but they ought to have their body cameras to increase trust and confidence in the work they do, to protect their integrity and to be vanguard of the rule of law.
And Natalie Winter ends the Facebook comments by saying, I understand where you're coming from. It's a delicate balance. All right, shall I? So,
yeah. Now we know that this has been an ongoing issue
Oh yeah.
with civil society and Indicom calling for the police to wear body-worn cameras, especially on planned operations.
I forget where. They were calling for them to get
Yeah.
body-worn cameras at one point. And get it, they did.
Yeah.
How much was it? 1,000 in the first quarter of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. And it's always funny being a journalist because I sat down one day and I realized that all of this is happening because I asked him about this at Postcab. And what made me ask him was that I remember when they were procured, I remember somebody from the JCF told me that yes, they're here, but we're not just gonna put them on people and just send them out.
Right,
You need to
training
be trained
and so on.
So I just asked Minister, hey, Minister, how's the training going? And then
Yeah.
he just started just talking about them in general, and this was it led to this whole public discussion that we're having right now.
Yeah, and JFJ has since responded, as well as Indicom saying, you could, if the issue is the light from the body cameras and so on, you can consider the ones that operate in stealth mode.
Right.
So those ones would be hidden, so to speak.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
all right. So let's actually analyze what Dr. Chang said for a bit. Because what he said was that body-worn cameras are not a vital tool for high-risk operations. And to be fair, he's literally correct, because the body-worn camera isn't going to help you carry out a high-risk operation, per se. It doesn't actually help you. But the reason persons want it there is for accountability purposes, so that they don't just hear that something happened, but have an avenue in which they can see what took place. If
So
get what
do
I'm
you
saying.
agree?
That they should be used on high risk operations? Well, I understand the call for it. I know I don't want to sound
You're
diplomatic, but I
around it.
do understand the call for it, and I think in a perfect world, yes, I would probably want body worn cameras to be on persons going into high risk operations.
I definitely want it.
Yeah, because I mean,
And then because we write so many stories about alleged police confrontations and just get it and done. Just for accountability sake.
And I think one of Dr. Chang's rebuttals to that was him saying that there's almost too great of a call for oversight. In his opinion, he says, I think there's already enough oversight where law enforcement is concerned. And he's saying, listen, man, Indicom exists. They're the persons who investigate these instances. But the counter to that would be Indicom themselves saying, like, listen, man, if y'all had body-worn cameras, this would be way easier.
Yeah.
And he mentioned the point that they normally wear them during traffic stops. And that is true. I mean, in my memory, all the times I can remember seeing body-worn cameras, they usually when a law enforcement officer is confronting somebody in the States and then pull them over and them there are tons of cameras there are tons of videos like that have gone viral that I've seen, but I'm almost positive I've seen videos of high risk operations. Wasn't there like body worn cameras when they caught Bin Laden? I swear there were.
Stealth mode or like the regular ones?
That's beyond me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Before we go over to Instagram, news commentator on YouTube says, Chang's statement makes me extremely uncomfortable, like something is being hidden. Has it been said that the cameras will affect the success of the operations?
Well, that was an argument he was making about the light, but then JFJ clapped back and said, hey man, just get one without
The
it then.
stealth mode, yeah.
So Philip Jackson says we need camera on us to do what's right. That's our problem, just like how police have to watch us so we can behave right.
Let's go to the Instagram comments. Noxley kicks us off. Noxley says, I don't agree with Horace Chang. High-risk operations are not the time to reduce oversight. They're the time to increase it. Continue my hearing.
Those are the moments when force is most likely to be used when lives can be lost and when the truth matters most afterwards. Not using body cameras in those situations creates a dangerous gap. And let's be real, there's no footage. The public is left to guess. Families are left to grieve without answers. Trust takes another hit. Yes, officer safety is critical, but let's not pretend body cameras are some new untested ideas. A better approach would be to improve how cameras are used in high-risk operations, not exclude them altogether. You can't build trust in the dark.
McCurdy Joseph says, I'll take the word of the best Minister of National Security in our history over anybody else. Wow.
Will Ryan Wilson says he's very miscalculated, but his arrogance will not make him retract his statement. One would think that the use of body cams would also serve to protect the people and support accountability. Clearly, my reasoning is subpar.
And Marshall says, I don't agree with Horace Chang.
All right, now we can talk about these answers because I think one, how do I put this? We've written, as you alluded to earlier, we've written stories already about alleged police confrontations that I'm sure if Indicom had, the footage of their investigations, it'd probably be way quicker.
Yeah.
So you could almost argue that having body-worn cameras could increase efficiency in terms of the investigations and maybe even clear the names of some of these officers way quicker. You just be like, listen, man, I didn't do it. Here's the footage. But
it quells the whole idea of he says, she says.
Right.
Because the police would have one statement or one account, and then the community members saying, no.
Yeah, and I guess when you put it that way, it almost... It would appear, at least it does appear to some groups, that by being reluctant to deploy body-worn cameras, you're almost trying to hide something. Now, that's an accusation I don't want to go too far and make. I think that's a bit inflammatory. But I can see why persons would feel that way, I can see that way of thinking because I guess to them, in their logic, this is good for both, accountability on the fact that you can see if the police are acting out of turn, and the inverse is also true. It can prove that persons are acting out of turn towards the police, and it will make their arguments stronger.
Yeah.
So, and Indicom, who are the investigation persons, said them want it, and if it would make their life easier, then why not, man?
Why not?
That's just me.
Over on X, Victorious Jamaican says, I agree with cameras once they don't turn the police into targets.
Sharon Johnson says, I support Dr. Chang. Bullets don't have eyes. All who calling for body-worn cameras need to go watch movie. Them only calling for body-worn cameras so them can watch show. But I don't think we as the public would get that kind of footage, would we? Wouldn't that just be something that gets played in like court? Surely it would be in court.
I guess.
Yeah. But that's what we have so far on X. I guess let's check back with the YouTubers, see what they're saying.
Karen says, beyond accountability, strange that Chang doesn't acknowledge the value in using the footage to help train officers.
Oh, well, there's another argument, yeah.
Yeah.
And VBP says he has every right to be arrogant. He can't talk big because he's the best security minister. And I think, I feel like you can bring up the point of the low drop in murders while still acknowledging the fact that there are probably areas of law enforcement that you'd like to see get better. And he himself has said that as well. That's not something that he's shied away from either, that he being Dr. Chang. And even then, even while, and it's weird, because even while not backing the idea of body-worn cameras and all these operations, he still acknowledged the need for them. And I guess, I think in a perfect world for Dr. Chang, and I don't want to really put words in his mouth, but based on my interpretation, a perfect world for him where these cameras are concerned is to put them on persons who are policing the public spaces. And that's something he said verbatim. He says put them on the traffic police so that when there's an altercation between them and a driver, everyone can see what happened, everyone can hear what happened. And I can imagine they would be very good in situations such as those.
But they could also be very useful in the planned operations.
Yeah, but I guess, and even on top of that, what was he saying? I guess it's 1,000 cameras. It's like how many police officers? 14,000? I think that's how many.
Well, yeah. I mean, continue procuring.
Oof. Well, they are.
And get the stealth mode ones if the issue is that it won't be useful because of the light and all that. Yeah.
All right, folks, that's public opinion. Nice riveting discussion we just had right there. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll find out what's cooking on the socials.
Hurricane Melissa tested us, but Jamaica rises together. Visit supportjamaica.gov.jm to report damage, request help, or donate. Together, we will rebuild stronger. The time by the Office of the Prime Minister is
16 minutes after 7.
Morning after morning, you've made Nationwide 90 FM part of your routine. So let's take this connection one step closer. Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club and be part of it officially on Patreon.
Family.
This Wednesday, April 29, Cliffviews Online goes live on location. Join us for a special outside broadcast from the University of Technology as the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office, JIPO, hosts IP Week 2026 under the theme IP and Sports, Ready, Set, Innovate. From 9 a.m. to 12 noon, we'll be bringing you live coverage of the IP and Sports Symposium and Showcase, where sports meets innovation and ideas turn into valuable assets. Hear from industry experts, stakeholders in sports, and leaders in intellectual property as they explore how protecting your ideas can power success on and off the field. This broadcast is brought to you by JIPO. Think, imagine, create.
It's Monday. Get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The E-Zone is here for you. With the Stinger Honey Bee.
And Curry Boyatings
From 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you said?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Come on one of our blind dates. Send your request to ezone blinddates@gmail.com. That's ezoneblinddates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions.
Share them with us at ezoneconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger thing.
Ow! Ow!
What's Cooking is brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Limited, Jamaica's leading distributor of industrial automation and control solutions.
Welcome back to the comments section. I'm Shaloy.
And I'm Mahiri.
Now we're going to see what's cooking on the socials.
All right, folks. So every now and again, we'll scour TikTok. We'll scour the socials. Well, I mean, as you'd expect. We'd scour the socials to see if there's any video going around that provokes thought and provokes conversation. And I believe we found one. I believe Shaloy has found one today.
You're welcome.
Shaloy found this video and showed me, and I was like, yeah, man, that's a nice one. So this video concerns words, Jamaican words specifically, that have gone out of style.
In a sense.
Let's see what you think, man. Let's take a look.
There have been like a series of Jamaican words that have gone out of style or out of use, but I think we should bring back shub. Maybe I can use that one every now and again. Floxy. I like that one. Bangarang. Outside of like a stage play, I've never heard anybody say bangarang. Like, unironically. Couchuments. Couchuments, I think, is an 8-year word. Like you and you have your couchuments. Pushumpeng is like an old word. It's like, yeah. Zutopek. I heard that used one time, and that was the worst insult. I didn't know what it mean. I still don't know what it mean really. But hear somebody call somebody a zutopek. Me know say it cannot be good. A zutopek cannot be good. What is a zutopek? What happened to these words? Why did they go out of style? Why? We need to bring these back. But now nobody if call a zutopek. Panka. Come on, man. Panka. Are you kidding me? Who did come up with them word every day? A unique set of people, man. I like passa. Outside of the event, never hear nobody say passa. DB. But Zotopek is the top tier. Zotopek, S tier. Thank you for listening, my Zotopecs. I need to start use that word more often. But nah, Zotopek.
I've never heard of Zutopek in my life, man. He was hammering on that one. You've heard it.
Of course.
This is all I know. You and I just live two different lives, man.
country lives, my Erie.
So what does it mean?
I genuinely don't know.
What context did you hear it in?
It's sort of like an insult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
accoutrements, I remember. Like almost like you're saying, come get your belongings. Come get your belongings, something like that. YouTubers correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know which one I heard? As a matter of fact, it's as I was listening to him, I remember a term I heard when I was a young child, and now that I think about it, is my first exposure to politics ever. Because I distinctly remember I think I was like less than 10 years old, less than 10-year-old Mahiri. I don't remember who Pernell Charles Sr. was cussing off in Parliament. And him said something about hanky panky. And when he said that, young me was so amused. If my mom's watching this right now, she can attest to this. That's how Pernell Charles Sr. was the first politician that I ever became cognizant of outside of the Prime Minister. That was my first impression of politics. Forget him. That was my first impression of politics, was him saying that. I'll never forget it. The news was on and my ear just caught and I was like, that's funny.
Let's see what our YouTubers are saying. News commentator says, yes, I'm right. Okay, good.
Okay.
Pasa gossip.
Yeah, we know that one. What's this? Ishan, how do you pronounce that, man?
Ooh.
Flibber Tigibet.
I've never
heard that one in my life.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
But the video we just watched was from a TikToker named Shaquille Willis, and when we went into his comment section, we found even more words that we haven't heard. Here's one, Buto.
Yeah.
I ain't heard Buto in a while.
Haven't heard that in a while. Abby's perspective says Kombolo. Oh my god. You've never
It maybe. I may have heard that before.
I've heard that. Yeah. Kombolo.
Tufenke obsolete. No, I don't know what that means, bro.
Tufenke?
I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
Gosh, I know Tufenke.
Fantifek, never heard of that one either.
I've never heard of that one.
Tough Turbit. Sketel, yeah, man. That's not. I don't think that's gone out of style.
No, really.
Palawash, no. I don't know what that is. Never heard of that in my life.
Never heard of that one.
Oh, we keep going though. What's this
Oh, Iron Lady says we're to learn our culture, Mahiri. I'm more you than me, you know. Because me know a couple words well. Words well.
As do I, man.
You know, learn your culture.
Oh my gosh, bro. I just told you guys one. And you recognized it too.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. But
Philip Jackson on YouTube says Cruff.
Yo, I haven't heard Cruff. Hey, it's not just Cruff. You know what else I haven't heard in a while now that you mentioned it? Claffy.
Oh my gosh.
You call people Claffy for everything, bro. that was a word I've heard in a long time, bro. Mumpy. No, I've never heard that one song before my time, man.
Ishan spelled it out. So it's a Flibbertigibet.
What that mean,
I've never heard of that. What does that mean?
I don't know that. I've never
David
heard that
says Mumpy.
Yeah, Cruff
this
takes me back,
sounds familiar.
Man.
Oh, a Mumpy.
Oh.
Yes, I've heard it. I've heard that
when you
before.
put it that way, maybe I have heard it before. But yeah, man. Cruff takes me back, man. Whoa. Cruff?
Rugu.
Yeah, when people call you a Cruff, that was the worst thing you could have called somebody back then, you know?
Insult to the highest degree.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Just think of just hearing that word brings me back to the days. Wow. Cruff. I really haven't heard that in a long time, man. Someone in the comments said Armshouse. I've heard that.
Yes. I've heard Armshouse.
Yeah, Armshouse.
Oh my God. News commentator says, I hear those words weekly. Oh my gosh.
Weekly.
I have a coworker whose mouth always flying with these words.
Ooh, chaka chaka, yeah, man.
Your coworker true to him to the culture.
You know that one. Everybody knows chaka chaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's ingrained in the culture, man. You don't have to worry about that one there.
Chaka chaka.
Yeah. Who stopped?
No, I need to know what Flibbertigibet means.
Someone said attack claps. Heard it.
Yeah.
I don't hear it used all the time, but I've heard it.
And Noxley came back. Noxley says Claffy, which you mentioned
Man.
earlier.
Somebody said Poppy Show. People still say that.
People still say Poppy Show.
People still say that. What do you mean? All right, man. Nenge. I've never heard of that one, man. Somebody's Nenge.
No, me not.
Kwashi, yeah, man, that's still used. We still hear that one every now and again, man.
Indeed.
And,
oh, dear God.
Yeah, man. Gingy fly. Well,
of course.
Yeah. I haven't seen one of them in a while, though.
Kin Pupalik. Oh, my gosh. Thank you,
man.
Iron Lady.
That one.
Kin Pupalik, yes.
Oh, my gosh, man.
I remember that one.
Oh, somebody says Stush. That's a good one to end on.
Yeah.
It's been a while since people get called Stush. Love that one. But, folks, that's what's cooking on the socials. We're going to find our comment of the day and we'll be right back.
What's Cooking was brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Limited, Jamaica's leading distributor of industrial automation and control solutions.
This Wednesday, April 29, CliffViews Online goes live on location. Join us for a special outside broadcast from the University of Technology as the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office, JIPO, hosts IP Week 2026 under the theme IP and Sports, Ready, Set, Innovate. From 9 a.m. to 12 noon, we'll be bringing you live coverage of the IP and Sports Symposium and Showcase, where sports meets innovation and ideas turn into valuable assets. Hear from industry experts, stakeholders in sports, and leaders in intellectual property as they explore how protecting your ideas can power success on and off the field. This broadcast is brought to you by JIPO. Think, imagine, create.
Welcome back to the final leg of the comments section. I'm Shaloy.
And I'm Mahiri.
We're still reminiscing on these words. We were Googling earlier and we found bunununus.
Yeah, man. But I don't think people weren't saying bunununus when I was a child, though.
No, yeah, it all.
That's before our time, for real. That's before 2000s.
But what's your comment of the day, Mahiri?
I'm going to take it back to public opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine's
where
gonna
we
be
asked, Dr. Horace Chang says body cameras aren't needed on high-risk operations. Do you agree? What's your comment?
And yes, I think Romain Ramsey kind of summarized my thoughts, saying, I don't agree. It does not matter what operation they're on. The camera is needed if we talk about development, upgrading, accountability, and safety and trust. Then these cameras shouldn't be an issue.
And mine is... I lost it. Mine is from Iron Lady. Kin Pupalik.
Oh, yeah. There's one I just
and
saw.
And that's back to which one?
Cockroaches. My mom says that all the time. My mom says that. My mom says cockroaches all the time.
Yeah. Cockroaches still used.
Oh, God. Yeah, man. Oh.
Cockroaches, Kin Pupalik.
You know another one he said that somebody here teach me? Bangarang.
Bangarang.
Anyways, folks, that was public.
That was the comments section. Special thanks to our producer Sonia Stewart, our technical engineer Andrew Glenn Anderson, video editor Demar Williams, and music by Akil Stewart. I'm Shaloy.
I'm Mahiri, and ain't it good to know that we'll be back here tomorrow? I think it is. See y'all tomorrow, bringing a courage.
Stop.
That's it. Now ain't it good to know that after so long, yes, we can all come together, share each other's views, yes. Now ain't it good to know, aren't you feeling excited, yes, was the joy in me ignited when I heard the news, yeah, that no shot now buzz.
Is your investment idling? At LaSalle's Employees and Partners Cooperative Credit Union, we know the power of compounding.